Many times we say that we want to do things for the Lord, but we do not count the cost. We want to give God just enough, or things that don't really cost us anything. But I'm reminded of Luke 14 when we are asked, does somebody build something and not count the cost, so that when the building has started, you don't find yourself fumbling trying to finish it? And also in 2 Samuel 24, I'm reminded of when David went to look for land to build a temple for the Lord. He went to this Jebusite and he wanted to get the threshing floor from the Jebusite, and the Jebusite wanted to give it to him for free along with oxen and other things for offerings to be sent up to God, burnt offerings. And I remember when David said no, he's not going to take the free threshing floor for the altar to be created. He wanted to buy it. And I'm reminded that in life, when we say that we are going to serve God, when we are going to do things for God, when we tell God, use us, many times we do not count the cost. We do not count the cost, and we forget that it's for God's glory and that it has to cost us something to mean something to God. I'm also reminded of the instance where you had the Pharisee who was giving offering per se in the temple, and he was just paying out, giving his lump sum, and you had the woman with her 2 mites, and the Lord justified the woman. Her offering was more well received because it cost her all she had. For the Pharisee, it only cost him what? A bag juice money, as we would say in Jamaica, or a kid's meal. Basically, it didn't really cost him anything. And the Lord looks at these things. And I'm just here to remind us that when we say that we are going to do things for God, we have to remember that it has to come at a cost. It has to cost us something. Many times we have to realize that where God wants to take us, it's going to cost us sacrificing where we are currently at. It's going to cost us our comfort. It's going to cost us friends. It's going to cost us people we look up to. It's going to cost us something. Because that is it. We have to be able to sacrifice things, sacrifice self, sacrifice preferences, so that God can use us for His glory. We need to remember as well that we can't see at the end of the road what God has planned. So we have to walk in obedience. So I don't know what the cost that you're faced with at this moment. I don't know what God is asking you to give up, but all I can encourage you to do is be obedient, because what I know about God is that He is a master architect. He builds in such a way and plans in such a way that we just cannot fathom. But at the end of the day, we know that He's going to get the glory, and we know that whatever He does, it's going to be done in a good and perfect manner. And at the end of the day, we will see why things had to be the way they were. We will get joy to know that, wow, God, this was an awesome plan that you had, and I'm so happy that you used me. Let me tell you, in the process, it's not going to feel good. When you're paying out, it's not going to feel good. But I tell you this evening that I am thankful for price tags. And it's the price tags of the Lord. I am thankful for them. Because when we spend where God is concerned, He is not a debtor to anybody. He's not going to owe us. The Lord will reward us in His own way. And when we hear about rewards, sometimes we think about finances only. No, He will reward you with good health, with peace, with a good family life. He says that he wishes that we prosper as our very soul prospers. He's a good father. He says that he will not give us snake if we ask for fish. He will not give us stone if we ask for bread. He will not give us scorpion if we ask for an egg. That's the kind of father that we have. And we have to remember that there's nothing worth holding on to and neglecting God's will for our lives. That's my belief, my firm belief, and I'm a living testimony. Maybe one day I'll be able to tell all of the things that God has put me through for His glory, and all of the things that He's actually putting me through for His glory. But let me encourage you that nothing that you spend on for God will go to waste. It's a worthwhile investment when you spend for God. Whatever cost you have to pay, pay it. Pay it. Because it's well worth it. It's well worth it. God bless you.